What up, Homer? I don't know if you can hear me. This is just like a test. Drinking some coffee. Can you hear me or no? Oh wow, crazy. Yeah, I'm just doing it from my phone right here. Drawing a little dragon. I'm doing this the Plagal style. Just going full in there without any layouts. Um, yeah. How's everything with you, bro? Try not to breathe too loud. Let's see here. Drawing Nidhogg right here. It's one of the scenes in Hell War. Kind of a big scene. I was like, ah, fuck it, I'll show it anyway. Thanks, man. Hey, how's it going, Montoya? How you doing? I got a little got I'm working on this right here too. This is my glitch piece. Have a little fun with that. But I had to take a break from it for a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna cover up that face though, Homer. Yeah. Yeah, it happens sometimes, man. Sometimes you just kinda you wake up again and it just kinda gives you that energy, you know? I used to hate naps, but now I know why the Spanish do it. They're pretty awesome. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been playing with it for a while, you know. Wanted to make sure he's doing a lot of stuff. Still probably only like 16% there. So this is Wi-Fi Sports. How's it going, Doofy? Yeah, late night editing. It's always fun. Officer Doofy at your service. That movie's awesome. Yeah, I had to work late tonight. Late tonight. Well, thanks for everybody stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Hella late right now. Oh yeah, milk will definitely do it, man. Milk is like yeah, man. It puts me right to sleep. It's like a beer. Thanks, brother. It's 2 a.m., huh? Yeah, it's got to be like 12 right now, I think, over here. I'm on like page 80 of my book, so I'm getting towards the end. I'm gonna try to launch this on St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully. Found a pretty good like way I'm gonna print this out. It's gonna be like kind of rectangular like this page, so the funding should be a little reasonable, hopefully. Funding, shipping, all that cool stuff. It's gonna be black and white, so pretty excited about that. Oh yeah, that California time. Yeah, I'm in Cali, California, yay. All the gangsters are like gay from the gangster rap era. Like Tupac's all gay and Dr. Dre on like that Easy E album with the little whistle. It's just funny. Oh man. If you don't know, now you know. Oh man, it's funny shit. That's crazy. Had a few people watching there for a second. And once I start getting better at this, get a couple more heads in here. Gotta get the back of that fool's neck. Got a long ass neck. I want to see a little bit of it back here. Just a little bit of. AZ lets those pew pews fly for free out in them desert. Yeah, that's what I like about like California too, man. You get the you get the desert and all that good stuff. It's like the best place, but it's just they kind of fucked it up, out here. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. I'm trying to do this the Plagal way. Uh-oh, I see a tangent coming. I feel a tangent. I ain't faking. Whole lot of tangents going on. Damn. fucking ear and a stupid spike. Gotta pick one or the other. Yeah, see? It's all about the suspension of disbelief. I have to make this one a little bigger. There we go, problem solved. Now we could go right there, like that. Home. Yeah, I'll let you know, brother. I got 2 people watching right now and already 5 likes, so that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's like reaching different audiences or whatnot. I just remember seeing one of my buddies streaming one time. He never streams like this, and it was just like a random stream. I think he was airbrushing his motorcycle, and he had all these people like just popping in. But it wasn't this late though, so I don't know. But either way, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. These things are invaluable, man. It's like you could draw with these erasers. Just started using them. I wish I had them like 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, I guess. You know. But you got to be careful because after a while, the eraser will start picking up all the black shit on there, and then you got to keep cleaning it. So it'll start smearing your pencils. You don't want that. This dragon's based off of the. I really wanted a dragon. You know the dragons on the Viking longships. I really wanted him to look like he was a dragon that was on a Viking longship, to a certain degree. So he's got like this kind of weird nose. I ain't gonna lie, I gave him like a violator jaw too. That's a total violator swipe jaw. Like I'm gonna give him a violator jaw, man. I gave him these little spikes right here on the side of his bone. Then I gave him some Butch Cleaver cheekbones. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he's related to him. Thanks, Montoya76. Hell yeah. That's what it's all about, man. I was checking out that Arachnus again with my kid. Like, I guess there's only 6 books because you guys were drawing Arachnus over on the Dawn show, and then that dude Ortiz, he was on Joe Sontag's the other night, and I watched a little bit of it, but I couldn't get much of it because I was at work. So, but man, yeah, I'm like, there's only 6 books. I could totally get that. So I want to scoop those up for sure. Oh, for she's, man, I appreciate that, man. Really do. Jaw's got to be really thin. Still not thin enough. There we go. All right. This needs to be fatter. It's not fat enough. Oh yeah, man. It's always cool. Yeah, I need to get a better setup. Hopefully this time next year. I'm not sure though. You never know. Things change so much in this world. You never know. Some day some days you're on the upswing and then you never know. Another day you're on the down. But but yeah, I definitely want to get some bookshelves. Oh, there you go. We're just gonna get a video 5 minutes from Montoya. Could feature on the Hump Channel or the Hump Show, Hump Day Show. Yep. Um, yeah, yeah. I want to get a nice setup. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's funny. I was gonna do some like predator videos, like everyone's doing them too. It's funny. It's all my phone's picking up. I watched Prey last night with the kid. She really liked it. Yeah, girls like that movie, man. And I watched it for the second time. I was like, she's a Mary Sue, but she ain't that Mary Sue because like there's like scenes where she takes on like three dudes, but it's like she kind of catches them off guard and shanks them. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then like she when she's fighting the predator, it's more like Tom and Jerry. You know what I mean? Like she sets up all the little booby traps. So I was like, okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Yeah, I like that little string she tied to her tomahawk. She's like God of War. Little Kratos. Oh man. Anything for Wanda. Thinking of that movie, Spawn. Spawn always does good, man. Those comics just sell and sell. It's crazy. Thinking about starting to pick those up again. While that dude Brett Boot's still doing it. And I saw they have Medieval Spawn out right now, but it's only like a mini parter. I was collecting the Violator comic, but I don't know, man. It got kind of weird. I think on like I think it was issue 5, maybe issue 5. Was like, whoa, man, it got real real raunchy. But like the first issue was dope. It had the artist that does Bloodborne. It was like the whole origin of him in heaven and how he was the first Spawn. It's fucking metal, dude. And then the second issue was like probably one of the greatest comics of the year by Kyle Hotz. He does the whole medieval Spawn, so it's Violator taking on medieval Spawn. I did a review of that, and it was cool seeing Kyle Hotz do that. And then Hotz also did the Lobo cancellation special this year. So for the year so far, like for my money, those are my two favorite, just floppies. And yeah, Violator 3 had that guy Wayshak. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He had really good, this really good like scratchy style, kind of like Bascom, you know. Let's see here. I've watched Prey like 10 times. I just put it on in the background. I agree. The first time you watch it, she seems like a Mary Sue, but the more time you watch it, yeah, exactly. Like I was like, oh, those fools don't even see her, bro. Like she's just coming up and shanking people. I'm like, okay, like that. And it's funny because like, I guess I'm a Predator simp. um, yeah, I thought I was a stan. I guess I'm a simp because I'll pretty much allow like any Predator movie. I like them all. Um, the so like you stack those movies all up together, and then you watch like Prey. And Prey kind of comes in there, dude. Like I think the best Predator movie is the first one with Arnie, and then it would probably be like arguable after that. But I think it's probably Prey. I think Prey is probably the second best in the in the whole franchise. Now, as far as it is my favorite, nah, my favorite's Alien versus Predator Requiem. And I know that one's like panned and hated, but I love seeing like the Wolf Predator, man. He's the best. He's like the Black Ops Predator. Yeah, I've been watching Predator videos like nerd shit online. It's crazy all the different lore they got because they plucked from the Dark Horse books. It plays to her thinking through all the situations. Yeah, it does. Definitely. Everyone just ignores her because she is a woman and underestimates her, thinking like she's nothing and can't do anything. That one is so dark, can't see anything in Requiem. Yeah, man, it's hard to watch it in there. I'm gonna have to watch it again on my new TV. I haven't seen it in years, but I just remember like him just taking fools out. If they just like brought it up a couple man, a couple notches so you could see, you know, oh, that would be killer. Yeah, man. But yeah, he takes on the Predalien. I watched like this video on YouTube, like who's the most badass, like the most efficient predator, and he was like up there, but they ended up picking some elder from like the spaceship that was in Predator 2, with Danny Glover. They picked the elder out of there. I'm like, that's cool, and it makes sense because he's the one above everybody. But as far as like receipts, Wolf owns the title, and then why would they send Wolf in? Because Wolf is like the Black Ops. Like he had to go in there and he had to get rid of the bodies too from AVP, those infected predators. So he gets rid of them, and then he goes and he's like an exterminator on top of that. So he's like CIA Black Ops. So to me, ultimately, Wolf is like the best one. And they were even talking about the ones from like the one from Prey, the one from the Predator, Predators. The one from Predators is the one the Berserker. He's called the Berserker. He he's got the big like mandible jaw on his mask. He's just bigger than everybody. He's smashing into people and shit. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was really black, especially like in the sewers and stuff. I think they did that on purpose too, just to kind of hide the stuff. But it's like, ah, man. I seen a little video today, like from Critical Drinker, saying that like, um, maybe we shouldn't see the Predator, but I just feel like it's been like 40 years, man. Or 30 something years. It's like the whole mystique of him like picking fools off in the jungle and shit. Like you could still make that movie, but I'm at the point now where like I don't even give a fuck. I want to see the lore. I want to see the tribes fighting each other and shit. I want to see a I want to see a Conan-esque Predator movie where he's going around like trying to survive, and that shit sounds cool to me. I love sword and sorcery, even if it's sword and sci-fi. So cool, man. Yeah, doing a bunch of these random scales on this motherfucker right here. Yeah, this picture's gonna take forever. Forever, forever. What was that, Sandlot? Yeah. Don't want to add too much detail to this because I'm gonna have to come in here with the inks. I'll split it up a little bit down here. Dark Sewer and Doom. Yeah. I low key like Doom also. I like that they had a little fight in there at the end, him and the Rock. And it's funny because when he got all like juiced up at the end or whatnot, Carl Urban, he actually looked like the little character from the game. Like when you see his face when he's all juiced up, like taking out the taking out the demons. Exorcise the demons. Fucking that new Doom Dark Ages, man. Oh, so fucking metal. I don't even like first person shooters that much. Like for me, the first person shooters I liked were GoldenEye, Wolfenstein, Doom, and for me yeah, GoldenEye, and then kind of Team Fortress a little bit, and then a little bit of the Call of Duty, but not that much. I kind of checked out after a while. The Call of Duty it's kind of boring for me, man. It's fun. It was fun in the PC cafes. I'm sure you guys remember the PC cafes back in the day. They used to have them all over. Fools be smoking blunts in the parking lot, and then they'd go in there and start capping fools. Yeah, and you're just yelling at people from across the PC cafe. You're going down, buddy. Yeah, yeah. I, you know, yeah, exactly. I have like tons of movies like that. Like what's that one Pathfinder with Jim Caviezel, where it's like Predator but and Beowulf put together. He's like that spaceman that goes back in time to Viking era, or he's in that time, I guess. It's got Ron Perlman and then John Hurt and Jack Houston. That movie's really cool. I got a lot of guilty pleasures. There's like so many movies. Yeah, I want to check out that Sinners movie. I'm hearing good things. I like From Dusk Till Dawn. That movie kind of broke a lot of new ground with a lot of different things. There wasn't really anything like From Dusk Till Dawn before it came out that I could think of. I have a whole collection of hot chicks and bad movies. Yep. I low key even like the TV show From Dusk Till Dawn with S.A. Morales. And was it Gary Busey's son was in there? Jake Busey. Frighteners. That's another one I like. That's another guilty. See, I could go off on these like guilty pleasure movies. And the funny thing is, I'm not even guilty. Like I don't even care. I just like them. I just think they're cool, man. Oh, skinny little shit. All right. Make the tongue come in full. Make the tongue coming right at him, or put it off to the side. If I put it off to the side, I can see a little bit of the inside of his jaw, which is kind of cool. I like that texture stuff like that. So I'll put this fool's tongue off to the side a little bit. Forgot about that. with that. Let's split it. All right, bring it down here. I don't want to get too close to the cheekbone because it'll tangent. Okay, there we go. Something like that. All right. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, Frighteners. Yeah, the movie rocks, man. Peter Jackson. Come in here again with one of these. Just a big dog. Big dog in it. Chunking that. There we go. Get out of there with that. Meet the Feebles. I don't even remember that one. You know what movie too? Like a little off topic. A comedy, that like a lot of people slept on. Like I didn't watch it until like maybe a year or two ago. The Eddie Murphy movie Norbit. Oh man, that movie was funny. That movie got slept on, bro. Fucking hilarious. That fool is a simp. SIMP, simp. Like the opposite of pimp, simp. You heard? Mm. Too much tongue. Yeah, possibly. Right. Yeah, simping and pimping for New Predator. That dude's a big Samoan, man. The guy playing the role. Yeah. Kind of looks like The Rock a little bit, like a young Rock. A little bit. Look like his little cousin. I guess Momoa's got he's got a new like Hawaiian King TV show coming to Apple TV. He's like, this is gonna be my Hawaiian Braveheart, bro. That's what he said. Something like that. He was fucking funny in Minecraft. I watched that yesterday. The yeah, the Minecraft movie was pretty funny. He had a little bit of Lobo in that character too. A little bit of Lobo. He's like a little metalhead. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah. I wish they would make another Conan movie. Yeah. Probably hire him again. Him or um, Cavill. I think Cavill would be really good. I think Cavill for me is kind of like the Buscema Conan, and then Conan is kind of like the Robert E. Howard Conan, sort of. There's different kind of things that I see. To me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he was kind of like definitely like a Marvel Comics style Conan, like the way that he looked. Yeah, not any artist in particular, but hey, Tim Olson, what's up, brother? Yeah, like and well, he didn't really look like him like 200 is like before the movie came out. I was part of like the message board for the movie, and like the website, and they casted him, and a lot of the people were like he's all right, but he don't look right. So they put like the fake Conan hair on him with like the chopped bangs and the straight black hair. Then they dyed his eyes blue, right? And everyone's like, wow, he looks exactly like him. Like when he did that, he really looked like him. But that's how like I see what's his face Cavill. If he was to play Conan, you gotta make him look like that, man. You gotta do the bangs that are all chopped up and uneven because he's supposed to get a sword and like when Conan cuts his hair, he's supposed to get a sword and then he just chops his bangs with a sword so it's all uneven. He's got straight black hair. And Momoa's got that curly kind of hair. So little stupid tweaks like that I think would make it look cooler. And even if he came out of the movie looking like that, it would look like a brand new like IP. He wouldn't look like the Conan from the other movie. And he's bigger too. Yeah, there should be like 10. Yeah. My pick, dude, I love the Conan films as a kid and as an adult. They give you pumped up. The Momoa was okay. Yeah, it was okay. You know, he's kind of like disappointed with it. You know. Yeah, I would definitely give like Cavill a shot. But you'd have to hire him like pretty soon, like right now, because he's not getting it. He's like 41, he's the same age as me. So him, or then I would just straight up hire a no name, because Momoa he's becoming such a big star, man. He's just him and Jack Black, man. That Minecraft movie was just such a good business move for them. Such a good business move because they just just making money, chilling on set. They don't got to be all like in really great shape. And then Jack Black, he has something in his contract where he's like, I get to do a song, and I get to sing and dance, and I'm gonna own some of the song rights because he did that with the Bowser, and you know they probably went to him to do Minecraft because it's that Bowser role. Peaches, 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 peaches. It's just funny as fuck. Now he's got that Steve's juicy chicken. Yeah, it was a great cameo. I don't know what's gonna happen with that dude. I know he was supposed to play Highlander, but I don't know if that's still going down. Yeah, it should be a huge franchise. If they get Cavill, they should get him for 3 films and knock them out quickly before he gets too old. 100%, dude. Yeah, I would do 3 films with them, and then I would try to lock that fool in for like 5 films maybe. Um, get him, and maybe like the fourth or fifth film, make him like King Conan, and then old Conan. So they could really like um milk that fool. I'm all out of coffee. Morning, Bone. I'm drawing some bones right here. It's not going heavy on the detail yet because yeah, I'm gonna have to erase it anyway. So I gotta start inking it. Just knocking out some pencils. Some pencils. Just streaming from my phone right now. Figured I'd give it a shot for fun. Let's see. Let's get some strands in here, some sinews, a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Make it look like it's getting ripped up. 3 films and an option for 5. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a really good story. It's kind of how it is, man. Like it's hard to knock out a really good story with one. Like each movie needs to be like a separate quest. Just a really good solid beginning, middle, and end for per movie. And that's a cool character to do it with. I feel like with mainstream big budget Marvel and DC movies, those characters like, sheesh, they almost need to be, I think, done on TV because it's episodic format. The storytelling. It's hard to ram like the whole like everything into one movie. It's just not. It's just I don't know. It's just too much. Gotta kind of take it easy. Mucho take it easy, huh? Oh, you want to see that glitcher? He's a nerd. A fan of so much, he probably would do Conan. Yeah, he probably would. Still working on the glitch. Guy's getting a knee to the head. That's probably going to be your big boss guy right there. And then yeah, that dude's getting. It's probably going to be that one bomber kid. He's probably getting his dome hit. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm still trying to mess with it. Yeah, he got his little blade up there and working on the gun still. Just boxing him in right now. Nothing crazy. Got another dude right there getting shot up. So it's real blocky right now. And then this face is gonna go bye-bye. I just wanted to. Thanks, man. I wanted to just have his face in there. So we could start erasing it and getting that liquid metal going over it, you know. Yeah, I actually had to do some poses for this picture. This isn't like anatomically correct either. In real life, for your arms to be this close together, you'd have to have someone on each side of you pushing your arms in like that, because your arms actually go with the V shape like that. But I really wanted to lock in. I really wanted to really lock them into this U shape, like force them into that shape, you know. Because sometimes when I'm drawing, man, like I'm setting up stuff, I like to have shapes, you know, like this is a U right here, and you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of weird that way, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Kind of want to save some too for your show. Oh, thanks, man. I want to save some for kind of working on your show when I can make it, you know. Thank you, Montoya. I appreciate it. Now I'm drawing these chicken legs right here, putting some muscle on these here chicken legs. These are no raptor legs. These are some raptor Lord Jesus legs right here. Don't tell him. I'm just playing. Let's see here. Yeah, let's leave that. It's fine. Oh, that's good. No, summer's an awesome time. I used to always launch on my birthday for the first two Butch Cleaver campaigns on July 11th, and then I was with on the second campaign, I launched the same day as ISOM 1. And so I yeah, kind of got eclipsed on the socials, you know what I mean? Butch Cleaver 2. I remember that. Yeah. Ever since then I was like, yeah, I ain't launching on my birthday no more, or at least for a while. That's ISOM day now. I do like a March though. I think that'd be kind of a fun time to do. I don't know. I love March. I like St. Patrick's Day and that stuff. I wanted to do a St. Patrick comic book. I had in mind. I wanted to write like a fun story that's like loosely like historically accurate. There's a lot of fun myth with the character, and no one's really done too many stories with him. So, and I really want to do some kind of um, Celtic and Irish mythology, sort of Irish folkloric type book. Something like Solomon Kane, you know, something like that. A little bit of Irish folklore thrown in and myth. By that time, hopefully, I'll be going digital. My goal is to do a book a year all by myself, and then yeah, gotta have goals, even though if they're impossible. If you don't have goals, then yeah, then you just I don't know. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Appreciate the stop by and doing the And I'm probably going to offer the mini comic for free digital download PDF on my website for signing up for the mailing list. Yeah, that's cool, man. Glitch seems like a fun character that you could like write some fun stuff with, really entertaining, and at the end of the day, that's to me that's the most important thing we should be doing with our comics. It sucks too because yeah, we want to draw cool stuff, I want to draw a dragon with, but it's like, yeah, mm, that's the plan for the website. I would like to do like everything on Fund My Comic, but I also do want to reach as many like people as I can. So I'm gonna probably launch my book on every site, and then I'll do like alternate covers for probably um Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, uh, Zoop, and Kickstarter. But we'll see. That's like the loose goal right now. And then after that, I'll start selling it just on my website, like later on in cons. Yeah, man. Like it's I was watching Bancroft the other night, and he had Rob the replicator on there, and he was like, "I'm tired of all these fucking dragons, man. Everyone's everyone's drawing fucking dragons." And it's like, yeah, you're right. And I feel the same way, but it's like the dragon's like the main character in here. One of the main baddies in this book. I've been working on this book forever, so uh, then I gotta send it to my editor and then go back and um, probably got to change some stuff. I'm already thinking about little things that I want to change about the book to add a little more emotional pack. Like it already has something, but I need to make probably a couple more pages or something. But I don't know. I have a scene in here that hits pretty hard, so I might not have to go back and do too much. Sometimes because you got to have these villains, and if these villains aren't really like, if they don't piss you off enough, then they're not really villainous enough. And then the heroes, they have to be the opposite of that. And yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to do. I came up with a new idea for a comic book last night. I was driving by somewhere and I seen like that yellow caution tape, and like thought of a whole comic. I started thinking of like a corner and a bunch of stuff. Oh, and I pulled out my phone and started writing it down. Yes, everyone should be going everywhere to sell their comic. Do it, ha ha ha. Yeah, no, I know you should. I mean, you can, you know, say what you want, but it's just simple. Like people are on different sites, and people like to be cozy. Like they just kind of want to order their stuff different at different places. And it's a lot of work, man. If you could just launch it at one spot, and just know that most people will go to that spot. That's cool. But for me, I literally like want to I really want people to read my book, and I want to get it to as many people as possible. I don't want to leave anybody out, and I want them to like my book. Like, yeah, that shit was fucking tight. Right? That shit was cool, but it was like a little too much action. It could have had a little more heart, or it could have been a little. I don't know. It just went by pretty quick. Things, I don't know, just hearing stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like if you just like have like one. Thanks, brother. I like it when um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Lost my train of thought. I feel like if you just kind of go to one place, there's a lot of people that aren't gonna see it. The only way people are gonna see your comic really everywhere if it's like on every social media site and everything like that, and then hopefully like one of those people buys comics. But still, that's the only way you can do it, and then you get all them to read it. It's pretty cool. And if you just do one, it's like, oh, no one's gonna see it. And believe it or not, man, the comic book industry, the stores are doing pretty good right now. But it's just the whole like diamond distribution thing is it's not too good. A lot of it has to do with the Absolute line from with straight up Absolute Batman in that line, but mostly Absolute Batman. So a lot of like a lot of kids are getting pulled as teenagers. Yeah, there you go. It's fan art. And the reason why like a lot of people aren't backing campaigns right now is because they don't have that disposable income. That's what I think. So what they are buying is stuff that is easy like to buy that's going to ship, within like a couple months they'll buy that. But they're not going to be backing stuff that's going to be 2 years late theoretically. Like if someone took 2 years on the last book, they're probably going to do it again. So they're going to probably think that, oh fuck, well if I give them the money, it's just going to be sitting around for 2 years when I can go buy like 4 comics from the store. I mean, that's the way I think about it. Um, now a lot of times I'll just wait till like someone like has it on their store. I'm like, oh, I'll just get it when it goes to the store. Also, new creators, it's going to be kind of tough for them. People aren't going to want to take a chance too much unless they have the disposable income because of the egregiously late books. It's just a fact, man. Like the scene's kind of burnt right now, the crowdfunding scene, because of all the egregiously late books. And it's not just comics, it's just crowdfunding in general. It's just kind of so many people didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't know the economics of it. They really didn't put in the like hard work of checking out how long things were going to take. You got to kind of like Batman that shit and have contingencies in line for people to flake on you, artists to flake, creators to flake. You really got to think of all that stuff. I'll say too, like most people fuck up on their first crowdfund, so I'll give them leeway. But if it's like your second one, I don't know, man. You should kind of know by then. Third one, yeah, there's no excuse. You should have your shit like lined up by that time. Let's see here. Montoya says I've got a team comic I'm working on now. Characters are of which are at the current post on my Insta. Um, is Glitch on your Insta? Gotta get the glitch. Get the glitch to. But like by the time I go to crowdfund, yeah, it's gonna be probably really hard for me. I'm gonna push it, but we'll see what happens. I don't. I'm gonna push it and get funded, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a long road. It's gonna be a lot of shilling. You're gonna see me all over the place. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. If they were gonna buy your book, they would have bought it by now. Let's see here. That's how you got to do it, man. You got to go on as many shows. Also, it's all about that first weekend, man. It's that first weekend launch. So you got to have shit built up. You have to have shows ready to go. You got to build the hype on your book too. 3 months before, get that sign up. Then that whole 4 weeks up until launch, you gotta hype the fuck out of that book. Whatever your plan is for that. So it's all about the hype and exclusivity. It's kind of like a game, really. A game in perception, smoke and mirrors. Game of Thrones. Yeah, they do got some pretty cool dragons on Game of Thrones. Yeah, and fantasy's fucking huge right now, man. Sword and sorceries, it's big. It's big. I mean, obviously, right? It ain't going nowhere either. I don't really see it like people getting tired of it, and if they do, it not for too long. I mean, it's been around this whole time. It's just like it died off, and then with the Lord of the Rings, it kind of came back, and then it died off a little bit, and then Game of Thrones brought it back again. I hear you, Matt. Yep, slinging and pimping. I'm all hype. It's all fun to me. You got to be excited to show and put out your comic. Yeah, definitely, man. 100%. And then if I get really good at it, I'll start fucking making some badass, entertaining books and building an audience. Then I could start doing more like exclusive stuff and really give them like special things. That's that's what I'd love to do. I need to get one of those hand guards for the smear. Sometimes I use a piece of paper, but sometimes I use my pinky like this. Just let it hover. Sometimes I don't. Well, how long's a piece of string? Yeah, yeah, 10K would be awesome. 10K is a good number. It's attainable. Just got to figure it out, man. You know, I think I'll figure it out, but by that time I figure it out, it's gonna be too fucking late. I'm gonna be like 60 in my 70s. Do, 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 do. And then by that time it'll be something else tube. Oh man. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you could have the best comic in the world. You could fund it and do all kinds of gravy. But if you don't have an audience that actually wants it, it doesn't even matter. Because there's no one to sell it to, you know? Just like if you sell them a book and they don't even really care about it, you know, like they don't even read it, they just buy it. I really want people to read my stuff. Like I want the comic nerds, you know, like me, to read it. I want people like talking shit about it, you know. At least they read it. It sucks when you what was it, John De La Rose? He said he's reading Ghost Rider 2099 or some shit on Twitter a couple hours ago. He's like, I was reading this and I had to stop. It was just unreadable. And I was like, oh, send it to me, man. I'll take it. It's got fucking was it Chris Bacala on it? The artwork. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? But I totally like send me that Ghost Rider 2099. That's a badass character. Hey, what's up, K-pop? How you doing? Just drawing some Nidhogg right now. One of the villains of my book, Hell War. Hopefully coming out St. Patrick's Day. That's a long ways away, but just keeps getting put back. Thanks. Trying out a new format right now. This is just my phone with the gooseneck on my drafting table. Nothing crazy really. something I was gonna do on Saturdays after my live show, just kind of morph it into a morph it into a draw stream. It's kind of hard to have guests on though like this, so I have to figure something else out. I have it kind of Jimmy rigged right now. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. 100%. That 1K. Yeah, definitely. It's all about drawing different stuff, though. Once you start moving in like 2 years on a project or something, or at least me, I'm like, you gotta start drawing other stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't like that feeling. I want to love working on my book, but it's like you gotta. I don't know, man. For me, I just want to have a book a year. Like a nice 50-page book. This is gonna be in black and white though, so that's gonna be kind of cool. Something a little different. Clean that off. You guys probably know that, right? You get the eraser and then you rub it on the carpet. But I don't have carpet in here. I just use my finger. It cleans it. See? These things are awesome. I need to get more of them. For that random like rip and tear. Ripping and the tearing. Try doing a 2-year and just rotate from week to week. Yeah, 2 a year. 2 a year would be cool. Yeah. You like those erasers? Yeah, they're awesome. I want to get more sizes. I like the blue pencils too. I could have used the blue pencil on this one. It would have been kind of fun. But it's probably better for the live stream though to just use this one so you guys could see it. Get some shape in here. Roundabout. Yeah. Right now I'm sewing on some eyeball plushies, but I have some commissions and a cover to finish. Nice. When it comes to hump bumping, I'm a woman man. Yeah, me too, man. Let's see here. Okay, we got that. Let's start drawing. Trying to think here. Okay, we got that. So let's start putting in some of this stuff up here. That won't even matter. Okay. Oh man, you crazy. You crazy, Homer. You crazy, man. Shoot. What you talking about? Talking about Homer? Yeah, Camel's pretty funny. I haven't seen that guy show in a minute, man. I gotta go peep that out. Mm-mm. That vine's going bye bye. Poker night. Yo, K-pop, didn't even know you made art. What the hell? How do I know this? How how do I not know this? Where can one see your beautiful masterpieces? Poker night was fun. I'm trying to be a bit more productive with my time. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, it's hard to it's hard to keep that fire going. I gotta work on this and other stuff. I could have been done with the book probably by now, but just I don't want to get burned out on it. That's why I'm jumping around and doing commissions and just doing some fan art, working on another book too. Me and Brian are working on a book right now too. So that kind of happened, which is awesome. But yeah, I think it's all about the juggle, man. Like working on a multitude of projects keeps that right at a pencil lid keeps the electricity going. I think. Let me grab some more lead from the tack pack. It's my tack pack. This is my pencil case. 2-in-1. So you got this side, and you got this side right here. All the goodies. Got my lead right here. Blue pencils. These are from the Dollar Tree, man. They just don't dye that dark. Yeah, this is $1, but it's a zebra. See, Sarasa fine liner. These are the game changers right here, though, man. These and those. These are pretty good too. These big whiteout pins for effects and whatnot. I need to get another one. That one's kind of almost out. Normally use just this guy right here. Most people use that. Cool K-pop. I look forward to your art. Time to hunt for K-pop art. To the web I will go. Bancroft says, if you spend too long without getting something new to readers, you can lose motivation quickly. Yeah, exactly, man. That's why I want to go digital like you, man. I think I could work a little bit faster if I go digital, enough to where I could probably put out a book a year. That's my goal over the next few years. Right? Those art shorts are awesome. I like those little comic ones too you're doing with the like the Hellboy one. That's pretty badass. I gotta load my pencil. Still got the eraser on there. I don't even use it. There. Boop. Yeah, traditional is the best. It's just like, oh, I love drawing, but I just really want to put out a lot of books, and have like a library of like work that's hopefully cool, like entertaining. That's be a bitch, but I'm gonna try it. There we go. Let's see here. Where were we? Right, get some mountains in here. Just going like that. Boom. Okay, that's cool. That'll work. All right. I think it's skull time. Time to start drawing some skulls for a little bit. Yeah, see, this one's gonna take a minute because he's got thousands of dead souls in his wings. I wish I came up with this character. It's not mine. It's um from Norse mythology. That's his Nidhogg. But the skulls in the wings, I can't really remember anybody doing that. So, but to be honest, man, I'm kind of want to make up my own mythology. Want to make up my own fantasy world. Like it's 100% mine. That's hard. I hate that term world building, but it's like I kind of want to world build a little bit and tell any story within the world I have. Traditional to the end. Pencil bump. Fat. What's up, Drawn Sword Graphics? How you doing, brother? Yeah, charcoal. Yeah, charcoal. I can imagine. I haven't used that yet. Yeah, traditional. That's what everybody says. It's faster. I hear that too. I hear you got to put like limitations in the art too a lot when you're doing the digital stuff. I don't know. I haven't really messed with it too much. You're fun though. I want to get that clip studio. Sounds like fun. This is a fun part too. You could put all kinds of skulls in here. Maybe I could do one of my other characters right here. Let's see here. Just hide shit in here. Yeah, the Zoom. Yeah, that's what I hear, man. I'm gonna try to just stay away from that. Just kind of just draw like real back, real chunky. I also want to get the that program from that True Grit program by Blizz Cadet, the guy that was drawing the Goon for. He did a couple of the Goon issues probably like 5 years ago, but he also did Tank Girl. I think he's from Australia too. But yeah, his company is True Grit, and he's got like I'm sure you've heard of it, Mike. But it's got all that like retro stuff with it. Zipatone, coffee stains, rips in the paper, all that jazz. I get that old school look. I kind of want to do that maybe for some books. What if I could put a glitch skull in here? Let's see. I have to really hide it though. Really hide that fool. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna put him like that. He's got his visor right there. There we go. No one will notice him though. uh, Stupid. I'm dumb. I'm dumb that way. All right. Yeah, Tron Sword, you're over there in Middle Earth, man. Place is awesome. I want to go there. New Zealand. That's where that new Predator guy's from. Yeah, the new actor. Do a big ass long alien skull right here. Not a xenomorph, but just a big old like kind of crystal skull type. Because you don't know what type of souls this guy has in here. We're gonna have that little spot in the head where the skull separates at birth, reforms. Yeah, that Biz stream, dude. Oh my gosh, that was a fun stream. I fell asleep towards the end. I got to go back and rewatch it, but it was fun just hearing his like all the things that were going on in his head while he was making it, and just all the ideas. That's where I want to be eventually. Is painting my own stuff by hand, getting really fast. There's people out there that can actually do that. They can knock pages out, like paint them and everything. And the spray paint that he was using all the time, that's crazy. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna work on his face a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what he's working on right now, Bisley. I mean, I know he's doing he's always doing like a bunch of stuff, you know. He's doing Hell Mask with Glenn Danzig right now through Verotic, but I know that's not the only thing he's doing. Try to get whatever that guy puts out. I want everything by that guy. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. God, I gotta. I want to erase this. It's hard to say. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, he admitted to having to do some pages quick with deadlines. Yeah, especially like towards the end, I believe. You could see everything's kind of chunky. Still look dope though. I like the video Phil plays where he says everyone should stop focusing on what everyone else is doing and just work on their own shit. Yeah, I agree with him. Like I agree with him about a lot of stuff. You know, yeah, probably my favorite. He's definitely in my top favorite tier of artists. Got like really good pointers. I just kind of see things the way he does too. The way he talks about art, like he relates it to playing metal and music and whatnot and guitar. I kind of agree with him. You just got to kind of get in there and make mistakes and go on that hunt, and you know, it's kind of, you know, even Bob Ross says that the happy accidents. I mean, it's legit. That's the fun part, and you know, you got to work on the stuff you want, you know, and sometimes the stuff you're working on, it might be kind of popular, and then by the time you finish, it might not be like a popular genre or something, you know, but it doesn't matter. Just kind of stick to it. That's that's what you want to do, you know. My netted eraser right here. See you later, buddy. Do that and clean it real quick. That way, future Matt doesn't get mad. Always got to hook up the other person that picks up the art tool. Don't leave a mess for them. Yeah, and there's not that many videos of Bisley out there like talking about process. There's a couple, you know, and there's a few, but there's still not enough. Even if you watch his channel like Biz TV, he was like one of the first dudes on YouTube. Um, I've been through all that. Like when I first got YouTube, I was like one of the first things I picked up, and I was waiting for those videos. I got that Slain book too for Christmas. I haven't even like I thumbed through it, but I gotta go and read it. I want to do a review on it, but it's like, how do you review that? You know, it's like, and I don't know. Sometimes when I'm like doing it before I do a review, I like think of all the stuff in the book, and I want to like cover things that I liked about the book. It's hard to remember every little thing you liked about it. Go catch his panels. I asked him what character would he want full reign to do, whatever, and he said Daredevil. Yeah, I could see that. You know, Daredevil's a really cool character. He's a lot like Solomon Kane in the regard that he has a fine line like code that he sticks to. You know, um, there's no, you know, swaying him. You know, you could take him to a bar and he's not gonna drink. He's not gonna have a beer. You know, he's not playing around. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite characters, Solomon Kane. That's try to get carve out time on Sundays to read. I got the book by Del Rey. If you guys are gonna pick up if you guys are gonna pick up Robert E. Howard books, not the comics but the books, pick up everything published by Del Rey. Uh, they have the best quality stuff with like the most legit work by Howard, in my opinion. Nice. But those Solomon Kane stories, man, I just love that genre, man. It's you know, full on horror stories. And the book the by Del Rey, it's all of the stories put into one book. It's called The Savage Tales of Solomon Kane. And they even have little like stories that he never finished. Pretty crazy. I like watching Daniel Warren Johnson draw live on Fridays when I get a chance. If I'm lucky. That guy, man, such a good artist. Really fun to watch. He's one of those guys like Bisley that'll like, get you inspired to draw, make you fearless. Sometimes it just takes someone to kind of say something to you to make you get out there or to just do one little thing, and you kind of level up a little bit, I guess. So it was something, some nugget of knowledge in your brain that hadn't been unlocked, just chained up in there. Yeah, I still got to do a power bomb. One artist I really like to follow on Twitter is Donald DeLay, man. That dude he always comes through with the bangers like out of nowhere with just like these random artists from usually a lot of the time like the 90s or 2000s, but just people like that would have done like just a couple books or whatnot that are just awesome. Like, every single thing he shows is like a cool what is it? Just like a cool artist, even if it's um something that you're not really into too much, but you still respect, I guess. I stopped using microns for a while, these really small ones, but then I had to go back to them again. It's just nothing gets it that small. I actually want the next size smaller than this. I tried those Copics. Man, those things are, I don't know. They just break too easily on me. Yeah, dude. The Faber Castle, Castell pit pins. Those are the ones that Kyle Hotz uses, man. They're really good, and they're like it seems like the best ones you have to order online, especially those big fat mamas. They don't have them at Michaels. It's funny. I have a Michaels and a Hobby Lobby directly across the street from each other where I live. It's like kind of like an art strip, very black ink, maybe the darkest. Really? Wow. I'm gonna have to get in there with some of those. Definitely gonna have to scoop some of those up. Can't believe it's only Monday. Got a whole week to go. Well, I guess it's Tuesday for some of you guys. Well, I guess it is for me too, huh? It's really early. Still, can't believe it's Tuesday. Tuesday evening. Whoa, that's crazy. I want to test out some ink wash portrait soon. Yeah, I want to do that too. What up, sucker? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm just trying out a new this is just my phone, my little Android. Figured I'd, get on here and draw and maybe I'll just live stream it and, see if anybody wants to swing by and say hi. That's cool, man. Your book looks awesome, that trade paperback. I'm gonna have to scoop that up too. The freaking Mighty Golden Patriot looks dope. I got that shit. Get a little spit on that. Ding. I was watching you and Anthony. You guys are having a pretty funny show. Does anyone wreck their 0.1 pins pushing the nib in? Uh, yeah, I put a lot of pressure usually. Yeah, that's why I'm always kind of scared. Like even this one, dude. Like you got to kind of finagle it, Yeah, you got to be like really soft with them, I guess. I like using those tombos, but this is for me. This is just like a face pin, just to get the little things in there, I guess, for the most part. Yep, gotta use them softly. Yeah, I want to start using brushes and nibs too. I got these ones right here. These ones are like brand new. I start using those. And I got some Winsor Newton brushes too. I'll start using these too. I've had them for years. I've never even used them. Yeah, Series 7. Then you gotta start locking that elbow into the board. Just fucking dropping elbows in there. Just throwing the lines. That's something I want to. I was doing it for a minute years ago. Then I stopped. So kind of want to start doing that. Right? Yeah, the quill, 100%. I was by Canales was saying that he takes the calligraphy pens and then he puts these nibs in the calligraphy pens. I believe that's what he said. No, wait, no, scratch that. He takes the calligraphy nibs and then he puts them into these holders. He says it's like way better. I was like, huh, okay. I love hearing just different people's perspectives and what they do and like their tricks. Like this right here, this is a Playgirl trick. He says he just does his layouts, boom, right here, and this does the pencils and inks because he said he used to do 10 pages a day. I was like, that's pretty gangster. I've never heard that before. So I told him I'm gonna start doing that shit because he was saying that like 90% of the time the layout that he does before he does his pencils, it's this. He always goes with the same layout. So he's like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna cut out that middleman piece and then I'm just gonna go pencils right on the 11 by 17 and then inks. I'm just gonna go full layouts like that. And he says, and if I fuck it up, I'll just, you know, throw it away and start over. Because he said when you're working that grind, it's you don't really have time, I guess, to play around. And so I said, okay, well I'm gonna try to do that then. You know, give it a shot. Worth a shot. Everything's worth a shot. Especially if you're doing like fantasy stuff like me. When you're doing the more like technical space and cyberpunk and just regular, you know, cityscapes, cyberpunks, whew, that's crazy shit right there. But people could do it, you know. I guess it's just like another tool, you know, learning how to draw Gundam bots and Transformers and all that shit. I don't know. I think it's good to try to learn how to do the stuff, or at least, you know, try it. Because opens up more opportunities for you as an artist. Who knows? Maybe you could draw really good Gundam bots or something. You never knew it. I've never drawn one, but something I would try. I'll try it out. Like I love the way that car engine looks. I haven't drawn it yet, but I would draw it if I had the time. I think it looks cool. Right. That bad boy. That Tombo. Yeah, doodling's fun. Lowest I've gone is 0.03 for some of the fine lines on the face and whatnot. Yeah, I love those art auctions you're doing, man. It's you're always coming up with some brilliant ideas, man. It's so cool, the eBay ones. Those cards you're doing, those things are badass. Nice. Oh, thanks, Montoya. Sketch chart 0.105. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. You yeah, that's those auctions are fucking that's dope. Yeah, I know, man. Like Bernie Wrightson. Yeah, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to pull out those Windsors and I want to start painting, dude. Like Preston. That's my ultimate goal. I want to start doing like painted comic books, like Preston and Bisley. especially for fantasy stuff. Horror, I'll do black ink and stuff like that. But I really want to just do some real, Frazetta, want to be Frazetta like painting. I, that's one of my goals this year is to learn how to paint, even if it's just little shit. I don't know how to paint, so yeah. What I want to do is at the Dollar Tree they have these little canvases. They're like the size of a bust of a head. They're like $1 each, man. Imagine like if you were like do a campaign and you just did like a bust of some of your character or whatever you want, and you could mail them a painted little canvas, you know, as like a sign up, or you could tack it on maybe for like $40 or something like that. I think that would be really cool. That's something I've been wanting to do for years. I haven't seen anybody do that yet. But I mean, I guess you could do like inked busts, you know, or colored pencils or Copic style. But I wanted to do something on canvas. I think that would be really really fun. Yeah, brushes are fun to see in action. I tried painting the other day. More like coloring in with a brush. Need to watch some tutorials. Yeah, yeah, that's at least you got in there, man, and tried it. I want to. I guess I'm gonna try to use acrylics when I do it. Dave Fitch did some vids on the painting like biz. No way. Yeah, Dave Finch is awesome. He's awesome. I actually like using pencils too. Like like I'll do pencils and then I'll erase them and ink them, and then I'll come in here and instead of using ink wash, I'll use pencils just to like get that scratchy kind of like gritty look to it for fun. Like Eric Powell does that a lot. He has his own style. Gil Dale Keown does that. Obviously, he's nothing like Eric Powell, but the concept is sound. So I fuck with it a little bit. So there's certain things where I'll come in there with pencil and use that as an offset to ink wash. But Powell does it. He does both. He does ink wash and he does pencils, and he does graphite too. It's pretty cool. The guy who does those Hellboy watercolors is a master. I think I know what you're talking about. Usually, he's like making sushi or whatnot. Yeah, I don't know if Diller's still here, but I want that T Rex book, bro. What's up? Yeah, and like Hellboy's a good example. Like look at his style. You know what I mean? Mike Mignola, he figured out what he needed to do, and it looks like he could probably bang stuff out a little bit. But I mean, Hellboy's not really that technical. I don't know. I guess the hard part of drawing like Mike is like you have to draw Mignola is you have to draw a bunch of stuff and then start subtracting it. So the subtraction I heard is what takes a lot, and then also the shapes and the shadow the shadow drops, the lighting, what you're putting in black. That all those selections takes a long time I hear, but it's cool, man. That guy that does I think Andrew McLean that did Headlopper. Those books are really cool. Just, kind of basic art like Mignola, sort of. Again, not basic, but kind of Mignola style. And then just basic like flat coloring. Cool little sword and sorcery story. He would write it, draw it and color it. He was putting out a 60-page book every 4 months, I think. It was real inspiring to just see that someone do that. There wasn't, and it was during a time when there wasn't really any sword and sorcery type books. Now there's a lot, but yeah, pretty cool. Dabble with watercolors every now and then because they are fast. That's cool. There's nowhere to hide in Mignola style. Yeah, have such little detail to depict everything. I think he's one of the best ever. Yeah. Yep. Did you see that video, guys, of the Mike Mignola one? It's free on Amazon. It's drawing monsters. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I have one of his art books, and then a few of his like Comic Con art books too. I met him, I think, 3 times. Nice guy. But yeah, Hellboy is definitely my favorite comic book. I think that I love Mike Barron's work, but he does horror comics, but he has this thing where he's saying that like horror is just like horror comics are terrible for comics. Like they're just not scary, like they're cool for theatrics, but you can't get scared. And I kind of disagree with that. I think with Hellboy, there's this aura of doom that's around you when you're reading the book. Like that's, to me, that's the dread of Hellboy is with how you will find horror in comics. You know, um, but sometimes I think you can scare people with comics. It's possible, but I also understand. I agree that it's really hard to do it. But like Tales from the Crypt and whatnot. But Hellboy for sure, the dread, man, the dread of it. When you're reading it, it's very feel like something's there with you while you're reading it. Almost, at least I do. There's some old demons there, old gods and different mythologies are there while you're reading it. You start reading from the beginning and going all the way, and it's just one self-contained story. So I think that's pretty cool. There's an end to it, somewhat. Oh, okay. The Mignola campaign. That's cool. Later, Omer. You have a good night, man. I'll see you next time, buddy. Try to jump on your show. If I'm not working, and if there's room and stuff. All those constellation ha- constellations have to line up. Later, Mike. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Yeah, I'm about to get going here in a minute. I don't even know what time it is. I was gonna go. Oh, okay. So it's been 2 hours. This is pretty cool. I actually got a lot of work done tonight. Keep forgetting Mike's over there in Australia. Dude, an Australian book would be so awesome. I've actually been thinking about that for my next or for one of my comics. That's why I love the Mac so much. The world, just things you could do with Australia, man, and it's so untapped, man. No one's even fucking with it. You could do like a badass Aborigine comic and just kind of tweak it a little bit. Like no one really fucks with Aborigines. It's kind of some territory, you know. The Max. You too, Omer, man. Thanks, brother. Yeah, my phone's at 15%. It's gonna die here in a second. Let's see, there's that. Probably gonna go watch some maybe Devil May Cry or some Invincible. I haven't finished that. Yeah, the Max was like my jam. That was like the character I could draw anywhere without looking at anything in school. Yeah, that was like my image. That was my comic. That and Spawn. Loved Spawn in the Max. But I would just get like random issues because I was a kid. And like I think I was in fourth grade, something like that. Yeah, you could do a whole comic book of just Jungle Max. You know, if someone just kind of took that character's like that concept a little bit, like Jungle. You know, like if I took over the Max, I ain't gonna lie, like I would totally like get rid of the whole. I don't know. It's really heady, and that's like the whole draw to it. Like a lot of people like that, but for me, I would just go full like Kirby with the Max. I would totally like have him jumping from our world to that world. He's a bum here, over there. He's a jungle king. He's treated like a king. The chick that he loves in this world, she's his queen over there. And I would never let him like, I would never let him have her in this world. It's just something he's always want. And it would just be like a cool way to really explore that world. But I like that show Primal. I think that's like the best show that's been on. Seems like a lot of people are really starting to watch it now. Can't wait for the the new season. But I like what is it, caveman cartoons and movies and stuff. Prehistoric things. Like the Crudes. I love the Crudes. There's this movie with Ringo Starr called Caveman from like the '70s. I like that. And I don't know. I really kind of wanted to do a fantasy kind of sword and sorcery thing, but have like an area of the world where it's kind of like the Max and kind of like caveman, with or Neanderthals, something like that. But more like really like kind of Pangea esque. I think that would be really fun to draw. I had a class in seventh grade when I went to middle school, and it was a publishing class, and I got to make my own comic book back then. And I had a what was my comic company called? My comic book company was called Epic Comics. Yeah, and we would take our we would make comic books, and we would just laminate them and staple them. And I had this character called Thug, and he was like a Max ripoff. I wish I still had it, man. And he was just like this bald dude with this just gigantic bottom mandible and his massive like lower lip. He had a big club, and he yeah, he was like kind of from like an outback type area. Fun character, but yeah, stupid. Um, Definitely something I want to go back and kind of play around with because I love that whole primitive kind of outback style. Yeah, the animated series of the Max was a shit. I got that on VHS. It's awesome. Just got to the 65th issue 65 with my Spawn read through. It's like reading a book. Yeah, man. Yeah, Spawn's cool. I really like Curse of the Spawn as a kid. That was my favorite Spawn comic. And I did like Spawn a lot too, but I never really got all of them in order. I would just have like random issues. And I like Pit too. I think I just had a couple random Pit issues growing up. That's just how it was back in the day. I could never really get all of them. I would just get random ones, and I would just buy them for the artwork. To be honest with you, um, but I would buy a lot of Mad magazines, Mad and Cracked. I had tons of that. I was reading that more than comics. But yeah, another one of my favorite comics was Batman versus Predator. I just had a random issue with that. Um, yeah, stuff out of the bins. My first whole series that I collected was the Sabretooth. I think it was Death Hunt by Max Taxiera, and I really like that, man. That one just with the die cut issue #1 cover, it was like slashed, the cover slashed through. Yeah, that was one of my still is one of my favorite comics or series. He draws a really one of the best Wolverines, I think, too. Biz and Keith Batman. Yeah, I want to get that. So many like comic books from the '90s I want to get too. The new medieval Spawn would have rocked with that old splat and some dark colors. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, that Kickstarter figure. I actually have a big medieval Spawn figure from back in the day, like the tall ones. Yeah, I have that one. And I have the Dark Ages Spawn when he's like riding on a horse, still in the wrap. I got a lot, like a pretty good amount of toys. Not a whole lot, but I'm thinking about selling some just cause I got a bunch of Spawn toys though that are like out of the wrappers. Yeah, growing up, my kid brother, he like ripped. I think he ripped the right arm off of like 8 of my Spawn figures. He liked them a lot. Like no, I got my son some He-Mans. He's really digging those. Trying to get him into that new. We're watching that new. Well, not the new. We're watching the Damn, so low energy right now. Sorry, guys. We're watching that cartoon from the Cartoon Network, Masters of the Universe from 2000 something. Man, it's a good show. It's a good show. Also, too, going back to Plagal, man. When you're doing your when you're doing your layouts, they have all this energy, and then then you take those those layouts and you have to copy them over to pencils. Then they lose like a quarter of the energy, and then when you take those pencils and then you ink them, then it shackles them in, and it's like half the energy's gone. So it's like that's just one more reason to do it the Plagal way, man. If you can, just go straight in there with your mental thumbnails in your head, you know. Yeah, this page is gonna take forever. Too many '90s figures. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch of figures I want. I want to get some Conans from, I think it's like Super 7 or something like that. And then the Frazetta Girl's got a Conan I want. Just came out. Looks badass. And then who else has one? Oh, then the Mecha one that's like $300. I want that one. Just so much shit. I want to get those omnibuses too. Maybe for Father's Day or my birthday, they'll score me one. I'll start collecting those from the day. All the Marvel ones, those are cool, man. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna probably call it right there, just because it's getting kind of late and phone's about to die. I think it's at like 10 or 7% right now. But thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out and saying what's up. And yeah, it was a blast. I think I'm probably gonna try to do this. So maybe once a week or something. You guys have a good night. All right. I'll see you next time. Always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know you roll. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.